Okay. Is this shit not working? Alright. What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to draw chimps. More specifically, actually I don't know if this is going to be a tutorial. It'll probably just be me doing it, but if anybody has any questions about drawing chimps, I would happily answer them. So, without further ado, I'm going to find some reference photos. Chimps. Let's see. Hairless chimp. Yeah. Dude, these motherfuckers look crazy. Okay. I'll do this one. Kind of like in the little value scheme. Okay. So, as you can see, I already painted the thumbnail. That's pretty fun. This little cute guy. Didn't go too crazy, but I think it looks cool. So I'm gonna make another canvas. Make it nice and big. So 2000 by 2000. And for the background, I like starting with like a mid-tone, cool mid-tone. Alright, this is gonna look cool with this background actually. Okay, so make a new layer. Pick kind of a desaturated pinkish color, maybe a little bit more towards an orange, just for the skin tone. Now I'm going to just make a shape. Kind of get the gesture of this chimp in. I'm not really going for accuracy here, I'm just kind of doing it. Make something interesting, you know. Okay, so now that I have that kind of blocked in, let's see, what am I doing next? I'll get some values in. Just go a little bit cooler, a little bit darker. Getting some shadow shapes for this chimp. Trying to find these muscles. Really, when I'm doing this kind of shading, I'm not really trying to necessarily copy the picture. I'm just trying to define the forms. So, what I mean by that is, say you have a sphere, right? So I'll just draw a little 2-value sphere, or 3 maybe. Obviously, if you're looking at a picture of a sphere, actually this is a bad example, but basically, fuck, that's way too dark. This is basically the form of a sphere, right? You got your highlight, your light value, and your dark value. And that defines the form of the sphere. Now, I'm not copying a picture to do that, but I just know what the form of a sphere is, and I know how to light it. And if you can do that, then you can convey to the viewer kind of the structure of the object you're drawing. And that's what I'm doing here with this chimp. Like you can see there's a pretty clear top plane on his like muzzle thing, or nose or whatever. So I draw this little shape to kind of define that. And then with that kind of philosophy go all around the picture, you end up with a pretty cool result. Obviously I didn't, like for this one, I didn't bring it to a crazy finish, but I described the forms, I had some interesting colors. It turned out alright in my opinion. Okay, so let's get back to what we were doing. Anything in the chat? Nope. Got 3 viewers. What's up, 3 viewers? Oh, never mind. I got 0 viewers. Or do I? I don't fucking know. Okay. I'm going to continue drawing this chimp. Chimps are crazy, man. If you ever want to gross yourself up, look up like chimp attack survivor or victim or whatever. That's disgusting, bro. They like tear you limb from limb. If you've watched any Joe Rogan, you know this information already, but yeah. Let's see. Now, even though it did say my goal isn't to copy this picture exactly, it can actually benefit you to copy the picture a little bit, kind of relying on reference. So I think this is going in a good direction. Just kind of refine these values a little more. Yeah, the top of this form is definitely lighter. And then you get your hand. Same thing over here. I think this is actually kinda, I don't know if it's rimlet or if he just has like tiny hairs on his back that are kind of reflecting the environment, but either way, I guess ultimately same kind of result happens. It looks rimlet. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm not even really trying to design these shapes too much, right? Like, I'm trying to make them look interesting, but it's not like I'm thinking too much about it necessarily, because I don't actually know all that much about shape design. Just kind of go with my gut, see what looks correct, see what looks good. And alright, now that we got two kind of values going on, actually need to kind of define these ears a little bit. Okay. Also, I guess that's more of a mid-tone kind of thing. I wanted to define that brow line, but I don't know. I guess I could just push this down a little bit and then push this down also. Okay, so that's that. Oh yeah, and the feet. Duh. I'm a fucking imbecile. Okay. The feet are actually kind of in the light, so I'm gonna leave them as they are. And then the side of this forearm is kind of darker. Gotta find the deltoid there. Okay. See if anything's in the chat. Elizabeth Carpenter says, "Hey daddy." Is this a real person? I wonder. I don't fucking know. Alright, okay, so for the shadow I'm actually gonna go a little bit cooler. So I'm gonna go darker, obviously. I'll go with like a kind of a purple. Okay, and then I'm gonna just start doing it. So these are all more the occluded areas. Obviously there's light and shadow, but then to get more into shadow, like if there's a crease, for example, like right here, it's gonna be darker than the average shadow tone. So gonna do that here. See, this is another example of where I should copy shapes, right? Because if you really squint, you can see that this makes a clear shape right here. But if you're not squinting, it's kind of hard to tell, even if you understand the form pretty well. So it's got kind of a front plane going on right here, and then obviously his mouth is very occluded because, yeah, and then got some in the ears because they're kind of like little pockets. This little thing right there. So obviously the bottom of the fingies. Then his massive fucking nutsack. It's fucking disgusting, but also kind of funny. Okay, so I think I got some pretty good rough shapes in here, just for the values at least. And now I can start playing with the colors a little bit, because obviously the colors are not correct on this. You couldn't already tell. And I don't know if there really is such thing as a correct color. Like, I'm no master painter, but from my experience, if you get kind of the temperature correct, or not temperature, if you get relative temperatures correct, you're kind of chilling. Okay, so let's start getting some cool tones in these hands. Kind of sample the background color, go a little lighter. Actually, go a lot lighter. It's a very impressionistic kind of process, but that works. And then this finger, it's very gray. Obviously his knee is kind of sticking out here. with massive ass calf muscles. I don't know if this is reflected light or if he's actually just grayer over there, but either way. Okay. Alright, so what am I doing next? So I'll keep doing this. Let's get some very defined forearm muscles. And it definitely does help to know a little bit of anatomy. Even if you don't know chimp anatomy and human anatomy are pretty similar. So you can just kind of bullshit a little bit. And even then, knowing anatomy isn't really necessary. It'll just help you make more informed decisions on where to put different shapes. Okay, what am I doing now? What do I want to do? I guess I'll edit the shadow a little bit more. I kind of want this to be darker actually, so kind of stupidly I didn't go dark enough, but I'm gonna attempt to dark. Actually, I cheat this. Turn this down to like 8. Not contiguous. Control U. Yes. So that's good, and then that's where I want to be. Fuck yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna work on the midtones a little more. I feel like I can see some reds in this area. So I'm gonna make that a little bit redder. Make this redder. This is actually more of a yellow kind of vibe. Here's a little bit of anatomy. You can see his, like, I believe that's, I don't know if it's the tip of his clavicle right here, or like his scapula, but either way. Actually no, I'm pretty sure that is the tip of the clavicle. Kind of feeling it on myself. Is it? I don't fucking know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. There's a bump here, essentially. What's next? Yes, I'm gonna kind of some warmer tones around the nose. Some warms over there. Some warms over here. Actually, I'm gonna kind of tighten this because really there's not a lot of like kind of mid-tones over here, I guess you could say. Like it's very like either completely like that like blue-gray or dark. I'm gonna get a smaller brush. Alright, well, I feel like rendering out this face a little more because it doesn't necessarily look like a chimp yet. It's getting real dark for these eye sockets. Get that nose in there. Do that. There's actually a lot of interesting kind of form and color variations right in this little face area, so I'm gonna kind of play with that a little bit, see if I can get it to look interesting. Obviously, the focal point of something like this, even though it's not a portrait of a person, it's still kind of a portrait. So you want the focal point to be the eyes in that kind of area. So adding detail in that area never hurts you, at least from my experience. in the little eyeball you see just a little bit of orange just peeking in there. It's actually very saturated. I still need it to be dark. Kind of playing with the direction of gaze. And obviously I don't want his eyeballs to be overlapping his eyelids. Okay. So that's kind of the muzzle area. Play with the midtones a little bit here. Not midtones, but different, I guess, reflective areas. Variations in the shadow. Let's see if anybody's saying anything. Nope. I feel like this gets cooler than I kind of let on. Maybe even a little lighter. A little darker right there. Some shit going on there. There we go. And like I said, my goal here isn't really to recreate the image per se. It's almost like kind of an impressionist piece. Like if you look up, oh, she says, yeah, I'm real lol. I bet your nutsack is bigger. Well, I don't know why that all fucking loaded right here. Let's see, I bet your nutsack is bigger. I don't know about that. Wow, you really know what you're doing. You sound so professional. It's I have a feeling this is not a, I don't know. Is this a real person? Well, whatever. I'm glad you think that I'm fucking professional, because that is not true. Alright. We got a little shit going on there. I think I really like that kind of eye area right now. What am I doing? Fuck. Oh yeah, impressionism. So if you look up like impressionist painting, you can see obviously these people weren't perfectly capturing the actual colors of their scenes and shit. Like they're just going for, well, this might actually be pretty accurate, but a lot of these kind of push it so that it can make a more interesting and appealing picture, if that makes sense. It's a very abstract concept, but you can kind of see it working here. So I will continue. Just fucking stabbed my microphone with my pen. Okay. Get some of this shit going. Kind of just working like the in-between values over here there. Okay, I feel like there's a little less saturation in part of this, so I'm gonna make that, even though if it's pretty subtle, I feel like you can almost sense it a little bit. Same with here. Okay, and then this area, like the very top of his dome, I think it might actually be completely white, so I'm going with that. Also kind of pushes out of the silhouette a little bit. Just gonna kind of define a shape. Boom, bam, pow, fuck, pow. this too symmetrical? It might be. Also, it's probably too light, so I'm gonna darken it. Maybe transition into it a little bit. That's good. No, not. Fuck. Okay, let's zoom out, see what it's looking like. I don't like the texture on that little forehead area, so I'm going to make it a little simpler. Kind of push this in. I think that's a little better. Okay, get some highlights on the ears. I feel like I'm missing out on a little bit of the warmth here. These ears. That one's also pointy, which I had not considered. Alright, so I'm going to sample this and then get a warmer version. Maybe a little saturated. Throw that right there. There we go, that looks cool. I'll put that on the cheekbone a little bit too. Kinda like that. Kinda want to define the side plane of this head a little better. Like that, yeah. Okay, I'm kind of liking how this is going. Like there's a little bit something going on there, and this is definitely too like saturated. Let's see, still 2 viewers. Cool. Yeah, so like the tip of his clavicle right there kind of poking out. I give that a top plane too. So I guess I'll just sample that and make it lighter. See, this is where anatomy is kind of useful. Obviously, you don't actually need to know what a deltoid is here, but that is his delt muscle. Actually, this is way too cool of a color. I need to warm it. Take like this and put it for this like kind of bottom side plane of this bump. Alright, I almost feel like this is a little bit green right there, so I'm gonna make it kind of a yellower blue. So darken it. There we go. I like that. Okay, I'll put this here. Does that look better? Nah, I think it's either gonna be lighter or darker. Actually, I'm gonna push this more this way. Alright, that's not too bad. See, I'm following along on my laptop. You're like Bob Ross but sexier. You don't even know what I look like, bro. Can't be making those claims. Alright, fuck. I'm glad you're following along, though. It's cool to have people interested in what you're doing. Alright. put some of this over here. Kind of transition this value a little bit. I also definitely want to darken this. Like fold almost has sort of an S curve to it. It's kind of just a nice little detail. Put some transitions in the pecs. Over here I'm going to do just a straight up gray on like the tricep. Actually, I kind of like how I drew it here because it looks like this head of the tricep is more defined than this. So I'm going to keep it kind of similar to what it is. Throw like a half tone right there. Now let's zoom out and see how it's looking. I like it so far. I feel like this hand, the right hand, definitely needs some attention because, yeah, I think every spot I've gone back to refine is good. Except for maybe the ears, but I'm not super concerned about that. I do want to actually, this jaw muscle on the left here, I want to define that better because right now, in the picture it looks, you can feel that it's like a ball almost. But in my drawing, it does not look enough like a ball. I guess that works. Yeah. What the fuck did I just do? Okay. And then this hand definitely needs some attention. I just need to make it like smaller. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I just block that in. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna take a break and just chill for a second. Read the chat. Zaddy. Really coming along. Well, I'm glad. I mean, as long as you're having fun with it, like it's not like you're trying to like make a fucking professional piece. It's just trying to have fun. And obviously, they're definitely, if you want to improve your technique, it definitely does benefit you to like do studies, learn some concepts, learn how to do shit. But it's also pretty important to just do shit for fun. Kind of enjoy making something look cool. There we go. Whatever. I'll come back to that. Alright, and kind of the front plane of this muzzle I want to define. Just kind of hinted that, I guess. Actually, does that look good? Yeah, it looks alright. Play with that contrast a little bit. That might actually be too dark. I think it is. Okay, so this like top plane of the lip is kind of locked in by that. little area of halftone. Should probably make that warmer. There we go. Just kind of adding shit, making it a little more subtle. Folk. Alright, I am liking how this is coming out actually. I think that one is actually a little bit cooler. I don't know. I like the brush work in this one more. I think it's a little more, I like the sketchy kind of aesthetic of it. There's almost like a highlight right here. I feel. And a little bit on the nose. Okay, I'm actually gonna think this kind of area is a little more occluded than I previously thought, so I'm gonna make that darker. And kind of the corner of the fucking, whatever this is called, deltoid. Okay. So now, yeah, I'm gonna add some occlusion shadows around like the pec area, the pectoralis muscle. I feel like this crease needs a little more definition. Maybe like thin that line out a little bit. There we go. Alright. I feel good about that actually. Alright, cool. Let's keep going. So, the pec, I feel like there's kind of like a, almost an S-curve here. A very subtle S-curve that I'm missing out on. I think I got it though. Okay. I'm actually going to add some color nodes here because I feel like there's a little bit of some like random blotchy orange tones just hanging out in the pec area. Maybe a little lighter than that. I don't know what the fuck this green stuff is in his mouth. Oh, is he just eating the grass? That's kind of gross. I'm gonna leave that out of my painting. I want to kind of get something between these two colors, so like this. There we go. I got a little bit of occlusion going on this, on the pecs. This will go into the mouth a little bit. It's not that complicated. Just get the actual like occlusion shadow on the mouth. Get the lips a little bit better defined. I feel like this kind of side plane should be a little less saturated for whatever reason. And there's also a little bit of warmth kind of right here. There we go. That also sort of tapers a little bit. And then you get a shadow on the bottom plane of the mouth, and now you got yourself a mouth. Cool. Alright, then I'm also going to go on the other cheekbone, because definitely needs some attention. Like right here. Yeah, there we go. There we go, it's a little better. I think I might have pushed these actually a little too far. Alright, I feel like this bicep needs a little bit of fixing. Put a little bit of that over here. See what that looks like. There we go. I like that more. Should probably lighten this area right here. See how we doing? See, wait, I'm turning 16 on Halloween. How old are you? I am 16. Currently. I'm turning 17 in December. Alright. Just keep pushing these forms. Alright, there we go. I think that looks pretty interesting. Kind of want to make this a little bluer. Maybe just grayer, I don't know. Definitely darker as well. Alright, I'm gonna start doing some of the wrinkles on this bicep, and then just gonna work my way down this right arm for a little bit. This purple for the wrinkles. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna push this over here a little bit. Maybe. Actually gonna sample the background color for this tiny little plane. Just a bit lighter. Just like that. Cool. This is too dark. Kinda wanna do the same thing on this tricep I did for the other one. Have it kinda shaped like that, make it look a little more prominent. I like that. It's definitely turning out alright. Not too bad. Okay, bet. What's your snap? Bro, what? Do you like know me? Oh, my snap is just Aiden Dial. It's the same. Fuck. I'll throw it in the chat. Actually, what's your snap? I'll add you. I feel like I'm being catfished. I'm still working my way down this arm. There's a little wrinkle where the arm touches the knee. I think it's kind of cool looking. There's a little bit of occlusion here too. Yeah, there's like a pocket right here. Alright, that works. Alright, this is coming out actually pretty cool. I know you. Bro, I don't know who the fuck you are. I do not fucking know. Well, what school do you go to? Alright. I'm actually gonna put some of this highlight on the wrist. Hey, this shit looks nice. Oof, I like that texture actually. Yeah, like kind of the wrinkliness of it. Put you there. Yeah, motherfucker. See, I think this bottom plane of this index finger is kind of just gray. I guess that works. There's a little bit of mid-tone going on in these fingies. That middle finger is like very angular. Okay. I want to get the crease in here, but I don't want to use a tiny brush, so I guess I'll just kind of bullshit it. That works. See more chats. Go to North High. Yeah, I mean, just add me on Snap. I want to make sure you're not catfishing me. That'd be kind of sketch. Even if I am getting catfished, at least someone's having fucking fun. I don't know. Okay, let's zoom out. I think we got something cool going on. For sure. Okay, got a little more rendering to do, but it's pretty enjoyable. I don't like doing just like, I don't know, monotonous kind of shading shit. Get a lot more enjoyment out of like really thinking about all these subtleties. Alright. Gonna add some occlusion to these ears. Ain't dark enough. What else should I do? This crease is a little bit too dark. That works. Alright. This little like, shit, what's that called? And I think this is, I forgot what the names for the finger bones are called. But I guess this like section of it, it's gotta be a little lighter. These hands actually have a very like interesting kind of pattern going on. Alright, I'm gonna go back into this forearm a little bit. I feel like didn't do it justice. Any new chats? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna get like a desaturated version of this for the shadow here, because there's like really no saturation in this shadow. Alright, I think we're actually in pretty good shape here. I'm only really trying to spend a couple more minutes on this. Just get this knee. I feel like I don't know enough of lower leg anatomy. Definitely gotta study that a little bit. Cause I don't know what the fuck is going on over here. I guess that's another time where copying's kind of useful. I don't like doing it. I try not to, but it's kind of inevitable, I guess. Okay. Looking good. I feel like the top lane of the stomach gets a little more reflected light. It's also kind of yellow. Same with his nut. I don't know what the fuck this is. It's just like a single nut. Kind of resting on his feet. He's got some occlusion shadow right here in this crease. Alright. I'm taking a little break again, just chill for a second. Alright. Let's read the chat. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just finish this up real quick. See, I gotta do the right leg, and then I mean, I'm basically chilling after that. Get a little more saturation going on, like blue for these feet. I'll start with this and then just move down. Okay. Alright. Should I put some of this grass into this? I don't know. Should I do the background? Maybe. How long have I been doing this for, bro? I don't even fucking know. Can I see? How long has this been? Oh, I'm like an hour in. I'm chilling. Okay. I guess I'll do a background. Definitely couldn't hurt. I mean, it's pretty simple. If I just kind of deal with the same mindset I've had, I'll be chilling. Okay. Big old brush. Actually, I want to darken it. Just kind of frame this so that on the top of the guy is the focal point. There we go. This is actually a very good photo reference. I just kind of picked it at random because it looked cool, but like this is like a technically good photo. Like there's so much contrast going on with like this kind of top shape. It's so light right here and it's so dark with the background. I just like it a lot, you know. Okay, now here I'm gonna make a little bit more green. Maybe lighter too. I don't really, I feel like the green in this grass is just way too saturated, so I'll definitely have some like hint of it, but I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go on my actual like painted layering. Get rid of this weird outline thing. This looks like shit. It's got a little bit of interest going on here. Got a little bit of yellow right there. Kind of like some gray going on too. Too light. Actually, I want this color to be cooler. Not like a perfect gray. Like a blue gray, like this type of vibe. Fuck, oh my god, I fucked it. I had a color I liked and I fucked it. Okay. The reference photo. Say that looks pretty damn good. Any more chats? No, just keep fucking checking. Okay. Now I'm gonna kinda make it not small as shit. Okay. It's a finished product. Came out pretty cool in my opinion. I don't know why, but I still like this. Maybe even a little more than this, but I don't know, they're both kind of cool in their own way. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this live stream. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. And I hope you had fun.